Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel. Today I'm discussing, is watch investing dead? Is Rolex still safe to buy at retail? Guys, this is the question. We're in uncertain times. Let's run the intro and let's discuss. Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury and welcome to the Archie Luxury channel. Today, guys, the question for today, quick wristwatch check. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a two-tone bluesy. That's right, guys. I am wearing a two-tone. This is a ceramic bluesy. This is the 40 mil. I just adore this watch. Okay, today the question is watch investing dead? It is September 2024. That's the time stamp for us there. Is watch investing dead? And just to preface this video here, so 2024, in case you're watching this many years in the future, we had COVID, we had people stuck at home. People were buying everything. They were buying everything. And wristwatches became very collectible. It was an anomaly. Even Bloomberg, Yahoo News was doing articles on how the watches are such a cool investment to have. And I got to tell you something. It's like the old saying. I think it was Joe Kennedy, that's John F. Kennedy's father. He said, when the shoe shine boy is giving you stock tips, you know the market is going to crash soon. And that's what the situation is in the watch market. Wristwatches, these were an anomaly. I mean, let's face it. These were tools that people used to buy. They were tools to tell the time. They were tools to you could have certain ones had complications, the date. They could tell you could use them as a timer, how long you were doing something for. You had GMT functions for different time zones, all sorts of things. However, these days they're more of a luxury piece, a luxury thing to have. And what has happened is, well, everything that goes up must come down. It can't be perpetually increasing. So we had it. That's correct. We had the bust, the bubble, the boom, the kaboom. And it's always very scary. We'll bring up my current watch collection here now, guys. We'll have a look at some of the watches that are in my investment portfolio. We'll see what's happened. Guys, the watches themselves, is watch investing dead? And I'm afraid to tell you this. Yes, yes, yes. To quote the narc. Yes, yes, yes. It's over. It's over. Why do I say it's over? And the whole reason I tell you it's over is because in the boom, if you wanted to get out of some watches, you could very easily go to a dealer, that's a person who bought and sold watches, and you could get a cash settlement for your timepiece. Now, what has happened? What has happened is pretty it's a big turnaround. What has happened is the dealers are more reluctant to the amount of money they pay you. There is a bigger gap between what they pay you and what they sell for. And the reason for that is because they need to finance some time buying these particular watches. you've got to pay money costs money. So if they're putting money into inventory, they can't quickly get their money back. They need to do the stock turn. So in that sense, it is over, Red Rover. It is over. Dealers now will often say, no, I don't want it. I don't want to buy it. And if they do say yes, they want to make it worth their while because they understand they may be stuck with that piece for some time. Now, to the lay person, okay, so the lay person but has some watches in their portfolio. They jump on Chrono 24. They jump on some dealers like David SW and say, oh, Submariners are still selling for this amount of money. Ah, they're still going for this. Yes, it's dropped a bit, but it's still going for this. Now, unfortunately, this is tragically wrong because that is the price of watches that are not selling. How a dealer has priced a watch that hasn't sold, that is that's a no sale because it's obviously priced too high to sell within a certain space of time. So the problem is, the big problem with the wristwatch investing is watch investing dead. It's not so much that you'll see people selling them so much cheaper than what they were selling them for 6 months ago. The problem is the liquidity. For an investment, for something to be an investment, you need to be able to liquidate the fucking thing within a reasonable amount of time. It's like with gold or platinum or silver. There's a certain price. You can take it to a dealer, a gold bullion dealer, and they will pay you out based on the purity, the weight, etc., etc. Unfortunately, with the watches, they're no longer so sellable. In fact, the price between what dealers were paying before and now has broadened. So, in all honesty, is watch investing dead? Look, there are always watches worth buying. If you buy cheap enough, you can't do too badly. I'll give you an example. Let's have a look at 3 of my watches that I simply adore. Here we go. We got a Breguet Type 21. Now, if you bought this for retail, you are fucked. Fuck this fuck die. However, if you bought this watch on the pre-owned market, it's not as bad. In fact, in my case, I paid around $9,000 for a no papers, box no papers, Breguet Type 21, solid rose gold, beautiful watch, absolutely stunning watch, just a real ballsy, beautiful sports chronograph, rose gold, chocolate dial. It's got everything going for it. A little over $9,000. It can't be that bad. However, if you paid retail for this watch, you would be a little bit fucked. Retail was about 34,000 US dollars. Now, let's take a look at the World Time. I love my Patek World Time. This was recently a piece I acquired this year. And it was again a piece, no papers, box service papers, and a brand new strap, just been fully overhauled by Patek Philippe. And the real thing is, I paid about 24,000. A friend of mine sold it to me wholesale to help me because of just personal. I had a terrible burglary. He's a good friend of mine. He's a dealer. He sold it to me at cost. He said, I want to help you. I like you. Now, that watch there at that price, 35 Australian, what's that, 24,000 US dollars? Well, it's not terrible. You could still get your 24,000 US dollars back. Okay? It's still quite feasible. And beautiful watch, lovely piece. Okay. It's possibly not as easy to sell as when I bought it, but it's still a very sellable watch. Patek Philippe is a great brand. Is it a watch worth investing in? Is it worth investing in? Then that's a good question. Is it better to put 35,000 Australian dollars into this Patek Philippe, or would you be better off buying dividend producing stock? And the honest answer is you'd probably be better off putting it into dividend producing stock. The dividend from this Patek is not the increase in value. No, the dividend is the joy it gives you when you look at your wrist, see your beautiful timepiece, and it makes you happy. That is the dividend. It's not necessarily a monetary dividend. This is a dividend in yourself. So if you are looking at it purely as an investment to make money, I want to have some watches put away, it's probably a lousy investment. Let's have a look at the model in the center here. We've got a Rolex two-tone bluesy. Now, these were hot model. They weren't a hype model. Hype being things like Panda, Pepsi, Batman, Cermet, that sort of really hypey stuff. They were a two-tone. Two-tones traditionally have been weak, but the bluesy has always been a watch that has a ready market for it. It's a watch that has proved to be popular over time. It's always been a highly wanted watch for the middle-aged 45 plus year old man. Beautiful watch, nice color. Just now, the reality is they themselves are no longer, they have come back. Yes, they have. I bought this at a roundabout retail. It's the previous model. So I paid a premium for it. However, guess what? I haven't lost a fortune. It's still, this is a box papers example, and I paid a smidgen over 20,000 Australian. I paid 20,400 to be exact, which is just under 14,000 US. And what's happened? Well, I'd get my money back. I may even lose a touch selling to a dealer. So, in all honesty, the situation is that these watches haven't done too bad, but they're not easy to get out of. They're very tough to get out. And this is the reality. It is a very difficult situation when you have lost money. You've lost money. It's very hard. So as an investment, they're becoming lousy investments. Okay, they are lousy investments. Very much lousy investments. In fact, the smartest thing you can do is get out, divest, get out of the fucking things. Get out of the fucking things. That'd be the best advice. Let's pull up some more from my personal collection here because I like to bag the stuff that I own. Here we go. 3 classic watches here. Okay. We have got an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. It was a gift to me. So I don't want to sell it, But also, if you compare what my friend who bought it for paid for it compared to now, it's lost a little bit. Okay, it's down. It's down. It's down. This is a Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. It's a professional. It's the 3861 movement. Down because the market has got more of these available. The watch on the end, the Zenith El Primero Open Heart. This is a watch I bought very cheaply wholesale. Bought it very cheaply. Could I get my money back? I paid 40, just under 5,000 Australian, just about, what's that, 3 to 50 US. You could get your money back. Yes, 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 yes. Is there a bit of profit? Possibly, but it's the Zenith brand. If you bought that at retail, you are fucked. You're fucked. In fact, even if you bought it at a discount, you're fucked. You have halved your money without a doubt. And that's the reality. Okay, in the middle here, we've got a Jaeger LeCoultre Master Compressor Chronograph 2. This is a beautiful column wheel chronograph. Beautiful watch. And guess what? Guess what? If you bought this retail, fucked. Absolutely fucked. I bought it secondhand. I'm probably struggling to get my money back. I paid for this watch here about $16,500, $16,400, I think to be exact, which is what, about 11,000 US. Fuck this. Fuck this. It's I've got to find the right buyer, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy to get out of these things. Now, the thing is, what's the answer then? Well, if you are wanting to get out of these things, you got to try and find that buyer. If you're going to a dealer, you will be double fucked. This is the point. Double fucked. You've got to really find that buyer yourself, which isn't necessarily easy. It's not necessarily easy to find the fucking buyer who wants this stuff. You got a lot of fucking tire kickers just kicking tires just for the sake of it. You got a lot of fucking boring individuals out there who like to waste time. They got nothing better to do than to just be a bit of a contemporary nasty fuck. Let's have a look here. Let's call up three watches. A good friend of mine, the Zeal, Tanzeal. He's a very shrewd buyer. Let's have a look here. Now, he's got some three beautiful, look at these beautiful pieces. A little bit of hype here. We've got a Hulk. I think that's a Hulk. We've got a Patek Perpetual Calendar, and we've got a Patek World Time. They're both Pateks in white gold. What's the situation here? Look, bought secondhand. Not done too badly, but these are big money. They're big money. They're not super easy to shift, but hasn't really, because he bought them pre-owned. I don't want to disclose the money he paid for them, but he basically would get his money back. No great dividend. The dividend is the enjoyment he gets from looking at this stuff on his wrist. That is where the enjoyment is. And I mean, you've got to look at watches no longer as an investment vehicle. You've got to look at them as a means to actually as a means for happiness and a bit of a store of wealth if you are lucky. Here's a great collection. I love this picture here. Three golds: yellow gold, rose gold, white gold. What's happened here? We've got a 40mm day date, classic, beautiful silver dial with Romans. Just a gorgeous piece. It's come back. These were selling slightly above retail. Not anymore, Charlie. We got the Breguet. Look at this Breguet. Absolutely amazing Breguet. If you bought that anywhere close to retail, you're fucked. And finally, we got a Patek Philippe 5172 manual wine chronograph, white gold, blue dial, syringe hands, current model. You actually can buy this cheaper than retail. So it is a tricky situation. Now, does that mean it's fucked? They're still not cheap watches. They are not cheap to buy. However, you're going to have to hold for them. This is what you've got to do. You've got to hold out for them. And many people, if you want to be truthful, if it's a true investment, you move in and you can move out very easily. This is the thing. An investment is something you can cash out of very quickly if necessary. Well, I'm afraid to tell you that is over. Those days are over. It's over. Red bloody rover. It's those investment days are not here anymore. And that doesn't mean we can it's all doom and gloom and this and that, but it just means they are harder items to shift. They are genuinely harder items to shift. What's happened to many of these timepieces is that many of them, if you want to get out for an instant cash settlement, you're fucked. If you can hold a bit, wait a bit, wait to feel the market and see what's happening, you're still basically okay. You are okay. And I mean, the thing you got to realize is it's not always about the money. It's not always about the money. Let's take a look at this beautiful Breguet. Look at this Breguet here. Now, just look at it. Coin edging. It's a big chunky monkey of a Breguet. It's beautiful beyond belief. Look at this watch on a beautiful shirt. Oh man, you are a captain of fucking industry with this on your wrist. What can you do wrong? Look at it. Fucking gorgeous. It's is it a double split? No, it's actually how it records the seconds. Is it's got a center second recorder. So that's what it looks like. It's like a double split, but it's actually a center second recorder. Absolutely beautiful. It's a bargain. It is an absolute bargain. Rose gold, 18K rose gold. Fucking bargain. And when I say bargain, it's because I bought this on the pre-owned market. I bought it pre-owned, and where the bargain is the fact that this watch, I paid for this watch here. I paid about 13,000 Aussie, just under 9,000 US dollars. How could you argue with this? It's just a beautiful men's watch, solid gold, serious coin. So, in the same token, watch investing is fucked. There's some really good specials about. You've got to look at it and say, why do you buy these watches? Is it just to, if you're doing it for financial, monetary reasons, it's over. It's fucked. They're no longer good investments. The best investment advice I can give you regarding luxury timepieces, let me give it to you now. Let me give it to you on a plate now. Let me give you the advice. The best advice I can give anybody with regards to luxury timepieces, it's to choose two. One steel watch on a bracelet that's waterproof, and one beautiful precious metal watch on a leather strap that you can get enjoyment from the two. That is the best advice. Buy them well secondhand, and you will never have a problem. if you want to put money into watches as an investment, that is over. It's over. Nobody will tell you this. In fact, the CEO of Rolex, he only came out and told people this when the market had fucked itself, when it had fucking fallen. They're not going to tell you this when the market's booming. No, 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 no. They're just going to say this as an afterthought. So, buy timepiece you love and can appreciate. This is where the enjoyment comes from. Life is too short to buy a boring car. Look at this here. Look at that. How can you go wrong with this gold breguet on your wrist? How could you seriously not be happy? How could you not be happy? And this is the thing, guys. Treat yourself. Be nice, but don't invest in them. It's over. It's over. Now, if you are too stocked up, which, hey, we all get carried away, I would not fire sale. I would step back. There's a couple key points I want to give you. Number one, don't fire sale or react fast. Okay? The best thing you can do is realize the situation and just step back. Number two, do not buy any more unless it's something you really want and it's a watch you're buying for enjoyment. Don't speculate and buy them for investment in the future. Number three, if you have too many, step back and work out that you want to get rid of a few. Work out, think about it long and hard. Give it a month. Don't just jump. Give it a month or two or three. Put them away and then think about selling some pieces yourself. Get out of them. Now, you may have to take a bit of a bath. Well, that is life. But the important thing is, with these watches, you want to be happy. You really want to be happy. So that is my advice for you to follow there. Now, the thing is this, people are saying, okay, then, okay, Arch, thanks for the advice. That sounds really cool. What about Rolex? Rolex. Is Rolex still safe to buy at retail? The answer is no. No, you want to be very careful. There are certain models of Rolex that you can buy at retail and there's still profit in it. The Panda, the steel black dial Daytona, the Starbucks, that's the green dial Submariner date. There are the Pepsi, the Batman, the Batgirl. These watches are still okay. However, will you make a fortune on them? There's many watches where the dynamics have changed. Solid gold, Submariner. No, be careful. Solid gold Submariner, you want to be very careful. That's right. You really do want to be careful because it's so easy to fuck these things up. And in all honesty, you want to be really, really careful because it's dangerous buying this shit. Okay, so my advice is to be careful, be careful, be careful. Is Rolex still safe? Certain models are, certain models aren't. Now, if it's something you want to buy and you want to flip it, you're better off not to wear the fucking thing. You want the thing as new and as perfect as possible. With that said, if you are offered a chance to get something at retail from Rolex, you've got to think hard. Generally speaking, you would avoid anything in precious metal. Precious metal is a difficult thing. There are still occasional pieces that do well on the secondary market. The Meteorite GMT, for example, may be okay to buy. However, it's a lot of money you're putting down. You're playing with fire. You got to be careful. If you're not used to playing with such a big sum of money, be careful because you could easily fuck things up. So precious metal Rolex, you want to be extremely careful with. You also want to be careful with two-tone. And the third easy caveat is non-sports. Non-sports. You want to be careful with non-sports. The market's changed. Rolex itself, if you can get Pandas, Pepsis, and Batmans at retail from the AD, hey, there's still money to be made. However, the fence posts have changed. It's changed so dramatically. And I've got to tell you this with all honesty. It is a very tough time in the watch space. Things are not as easy as it used to be. So, generally speaking, if you want to buy a watch, would I still buy one? Look, I think they're a great thing. I love watches. They're a big part of what makes me happy as a person. However, is watch investing? I would be very cautious. I'd be very cautious with watch investing. And as I say there, it's easy to get a false sense of security. You can look on Chrono24. You can see what dealers are selling for. The problem is it's only when you start getting in touch with dealers and saying, how much will you give me for this, that you realize that margin has increased. And the reason it's increased is because the market has slowed down. Guys, I'm not here to tell you it's fucked forever. It's hard to crystal ball gauge. However, you want to be sensible. Be sensible with your purchases. Is watch investing dead? In my opinion, it's over. The best thing you can do, money is no longer cheap. See, you've got to remember when the market was at its peak, interest rates for housing was about 2%. 2% in some countries. 2%. Money is now 5 to 6%. It's no longer cheap. Money is no longer cheap. So you have to be aware that the whole thing has changed. Be careful. Be very careful because you really, money is a hard commodity to make now. Be careful. Still buy things that make you happy. I mean, do you want to follow the Dave Ramsey where everything got to pay cash? We got to fucking do. You know what? The thing Dave Ramsey misses is the point that often someone dies, they have cancer or some horrible thing happens to them. At least by finance, at least they've enjoyed a few nice things. I mean, fuck me dead. If the worst thing you've done is finance, lease a fucking Mercedes or a BMW, big fucking deal. Is that the worst you've done in your life, man? And you've enjoyed a little bit of luxury. If it made you smile, if it made you happy, that is all that matters. Guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. It's been a pleasure to present it. Myself, what am I going to do? I tell you exactly what I'm going to do because I like to be pretty damn open. Let's have a look. My collection. Here we go. What the fuck am I going to do? So in my own case, you know what? I fucking bought too much. I overcommitted. I put a little bit too much on credit card. I'm actually getting a HELOC. And I'm not getting a HELOC to just fuck over. No, I'm going to pay out some card debt and have some money up my sleeve. I gave the Tudor to one of my sons. Okay, Tudor's a great watch to give to him. My own collection itself, well, I see myself keeping the two Rolex, the Bluesy and the Explorer. I see myself keeping the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. The Zenith, I really love this model of Zenith. I'm going to try and sell that at good money. If it doesn't get good money, it'll still be less than half retail. I'm going to keep it. The three top watches in the top row, excluding the Submariner, we've got the Breguet Type 21, we've got the World Time, and we've got the Jaeger-LeCoultre reverse, not a reverso, Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor. Out of those three, I'd probably keep one. That's correct. I want to get out of the fucking things. Not because they're bad investments or things like that. I want to get out of them because I want to pay down some debt. So I probably, in the distant future, will look at selling the JLC, and I possibly will contemplate selling the World Time. Not because I dislike the World Time, but fuck, the money can reduce the cost of borrowing. So myself, I see myself streamlining in the future. Not going to do it today, but I will look at it in the not too distant future. Now, that's okay. One thing for sure is I'm not fucking buying anything at the moment. I really want to be super cautious with how I spend money. That's my thinking at the moment, guys. Please tell me what you think. Guys, I really think, don't panic, be calm, everything will be okay. Is watch investing going to be a thing? I don't think it is, but everything will be okay. Guys, if you are in America and you want to sell a watch or you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, there's only one dealer I'd recommend. Let's run the jingle and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW.